This is Formula SideQuests, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast, hosted by me, Kelly,
and me, Shannon.
Hello and welcome to this, what has been dubbed an emergency podcast.
It has.
Of Formula SideQuest, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
Literally, this is our, as we were just discussing, our first recording during nighttime. So
it's barely fully dark.
It's
7:15 in the evening.
I know. Oh my goodness me. We record all of our episodes in Shannon's house, mainly because it's nicer than mine. And
quieter is the word.
Sorry, yes, no, it's quieter than mine.
Remember, your children do listen to this.
No, they blooming
don't. Oh, do they not? I thought one of them said that the recording quality was pants.
Yeah. One of them said the audio was pants of the first one, and that was it.
Oh,
that
was the end
one.
of that. Fair enough.
So I can say what I want, but I'm not going to. So we are currently sat in Shannon's living room with the curtains drawn and the atmospheric lighting on. What is this emergency podcast all about, Shannon?
This emergency podcast is about the breaking news that when I called the emergency podcast at 5:30 last night was simply a rumour and has been confirmed at about 2:00 this afternoon.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
The breaking news is that Adrian Newey has stepped down as Aston Martin team principal. He is still remaining within the team. He is stepping back to his predominantly technical role. Is it technical director, I believe?
Technical and engineer director or something like that.
He's stepping back to his technical role in the team, which is the role that he held for the whole of last year.
Yeah.
So that was part one, and
yes.
That bit I was sort of like, oh, okay, well that's pretty huge, and I'm actually quite pleased about that in a way.
Yeah, because it means that Adrian can now take the opportunity, especially with this, spring break coming up.
Spring break,
to actually look at the problems that this Honda engine is causing, possibly even fix them. Yeah. He's got the breath to.
Yeah. He's got the time and space to do so. But that in and of itself was surprising but not shocking, I would say. The oh my god part was yesterday afternoon when we first had this discussion, it was being rumoured that Jonathan Wheatley was going to be stepping down as team principal of Audi and moving to Aston Martin.
Yes.
Now that was the rumour. That was the rumour as it stood. So at 5:30 last night, I sent Kelly a voice message going, we need an emergency podcast. I think we ought to cover this. I think we're going to have the ability to. We're going to have so many thoughts. I think this is a really good way of doing it. She sent me back a voice note that was her live reaction because she, like me, hadn't been on Instagram all day, hadn't seen what was going on, hadn't seen the news. So the voice note that I received in return was her live reaction to hearing that news. We're going to play that for you now because it is quite possibly the funniest thing I have ever heard in my life. So here it is.
What? What? Shit, what? Fuck, what? Huh, right. Yeah? Shit, really? Fuck. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, shit. I was like sitting comfortably on my settee, just like, gearing myself up to actually go and get changed because I'm still in my gym clothes. And now I'm stood up in the middle of the living room and I don't know what to do with myself. What the fuck? Huh. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry.
Sorry. It was gold. It was absolute gold. And I was like, and there's the basis of the podcast.
I mean,
Because I think your reaction, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your reaction was predominantly about the Jonathan Wheatley side of the news, not the Adrian Newey side of the news.
Yes, because, again, like we just said, Adrian Newey, yeah, he's a freaking genius when it comes to designing, building cars that just go vroom rather than vroom. You know, there is a difference.
There is a difference, and I know exactly what difference you are alluding to.
However, him stepping back as team principal and then just focusing solely on the car is exactly what Aston Martin need right now.
Correct.
It'll hopefully really do some good. Jonathan Wheatley stepping down as Audi. Oh my God!
Yeah, that's insane. So that was a rumour last night when we first had the conversation that we were going to talk about this. And then as of this afternoon, it has now become official that he is stepping down as Audi team principal due to personal reasons. So I imagine it's because the Audi team are based in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Wheatley's British, his family are British, they all live over here. So I imagine he's had to spend a significant part of the last 18 months of his life in Switzerland. And that's probably been a massive pull on his family, especially when you then do a job where you're then traveling around the entire world for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
On your downtime, you're going to want to be at home. He's going to have to have spent his downtime in Switzerland. So I should think a good part of that is that. When it was they're going to announce he's stepping down as team principal and he's going to go to Aston Martin, all of that lined up in my head. Aston Martin's based at Silverstone.
Yeah.
He was going to go to a British team.
Yeah.
So all of that aligned in my head. Personal reasons are he's going to go to a British team. The fact that they haven't announced that he's going anywhere, currently the official news is that he is leaving F1. And that's the end of it.
With immediate effect.
With immediate effect. He's done 2 races in that team as team principal.
Yeah.
Immediate effect. And he's stepping away from a project. I mean, he's been involved in the Audi F1 project since its inception in 23.
Yeah.
22, sorry.
22, yeah.
That's really insane.
Yeah, and I mean, he was team principal for Kick Sauber for 25. He did a fantastic job in creating a team culture that was positive, that was buoyant, that was just absolutely wonderful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, Nico and Gabby are just...
They love having him.
They're just brilliant.
I think that entire team loves having him.
Yeah. So for him to step down with immediate effect, it's heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching, because there must be something seriously wrong.
Yeah, it's really sad.
And
it is really sad.
It's horrible for anything like that to happen.
Absolutely.
But
I would be less sort of about it if it was but he's going to Aston Martin, because that just works better for the world, his world right now.
Yeah.
Complete respect, fine. How are these two seemingly connected things being shown as coincidental?
Well, that I can't answer. But what I can...
Oh, well, we'll just end the podcast there then, shall we?
Yeah, all right, then good night. No. At the moment, obviously, Lawrence Stroll, who's the major shareholder of Aston Martin Racing Team, has turned around and said that basically we run things different at Aston Martin.
It's the most self-indulgent statement I've ever seen in my life, I won't lie. So, the official statement from Aston Martin reads thusly. I will truncate it slightly.
Thank you.
With the current speculation surrounding Adrian Newey's role in our team, I want to take the opportunity to set the record straight. It's the first time ever, Lawrence. I don't like Lawrence Stroll, I'll just put that out there now. As executive chairman and controlling shareholder, I would like to reaffirm that Adrian Newey is my partner and an important shareholder. He is AMR's managing technical partner, and he and I have a true partnership built on a shared vision of success for the company. We do things differently here, and while we don't currently adopt the traditional team principal role that you see elsewhere, it is by design. As the most successful engineer in the history of the sport, Adrian's primary focus is on the strategic and technical leadership where he excels. He is supported by a highly skilled senior leadership team to deliver on all aspects of the business, both at the campus and trackside. We are regularly approached by senior executives of other teams who wish to join Aston Martin Armco, but in keeping with our policy, we do not comment on rumour and speculation.
Or as Shannon perfectly summed up before we started recording,
We don't need a team principal. We're different. We're not like other teams. We don't need to operate with a team principal. We do perfectly without.
How self-indulgent. Sorry, I don't. That statement is so like. Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't have let Adrian Newey take the team principal role because actually it's taken him away from the technical role and oh shit, our car's fucked. Adrian, could you come back and just do the factory stuff and we'll just pretend that was the plan the whole time?
yeah.
I have quite a strong opinion on this. Have you noticed?
No, honestly, it's not coming across at all.
I didn't
Don't
think
worry
so.
about it.
No. We are an unbiased, we're not.
No. When
we're
it comes to certain people. And I think when it comes to certain people, we do have to mention who is taking over as team principal at Audi.
Yes. So we'll come back to what this might mean for Aston and what it might mean for Audi in a minute. Let's stick with me being petty.
Yeah.
For now,
Yeah,
shall we?
That's fine. It's an emergency podcast.
It's an emergency.
We can do what we want.
We need to be petty. Mattia Binotto is is taking over as Audi team principal.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know, Binotto was Ferrari team principal for a number of years.
Yeah.
But stepped back 3 years ago, I think, when Fred Vasseur
Yeah.
took over.
Yeah.
And if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, Ferrari was even more of a shit show under Binotto. I know, that's very difficult to believe, but it's true. And the main reason that really tickled Kelly. Can I just tell you that really tickled Kelly? The main reason, I'll just keep talking.
No, that's fine.
The main reason why I can't stand Binotto is he is one of the only people that I have ever seen make Charles Leclerc cry.
Yeah,
Because of racing.
He's an arsehole.
Yeah.
He's an Italian arsehole. Which basically sums up a lot of the Ferrari team, to be fair. Especially the strategists.
Yes. He had a very interesting approach to team culture, which I didn't agree with in the slightest. But if anyone has ever seen any Instagram reel, YouTube clip of Charles Leclerc having a shitty time in 2022, 2023 in Ferrari, there is one incredibly famous clip of him stood in the garage and Binotto is going at him and Charles is going at him right back, and it's the only time that I've ever seen Charles properly break.
Yeah.
It's the clip that I mentioned last time when I was time before when I was getting angry about George rage baiting Charles.
Yeah.
Basically, you've got Nico Hülkenberg, who is an incredibly cool, calm, and collected and excellent driver.
Yeah.
And you've got Gabriele Bortoleto, who is a baby, who needs to be nurtured, who needs to be led, who's got a fantastic way of going, okay, I'm going to learn from this.
Yeah.
Jonathan Wheatley is the beautiful guiding light there. He's got a real pastoral way of doing things that is perfect for a driver coming to the end of his career who just wants to do his best, and a driver that's at the beginning of his career that just wants to do best. Please don't put Binotto anywhere near either of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is going to happen. So it's going to be difficult to watch because I don't want to see that dynamic between Nico and Gabby be disturbed in any way.
Absolutely.
Because, like you say, Gabby has that wonderful way of going, I made a mistake, how can I learn from it? But then he also does it, Nico made a mistake, how can I learn from that?
Yeah.
And they talk to each other, and we know this because they've had interviews where they talk about, how they go back and they debrief together and they talk about things. And Nico's been helping Gabby see, if you tweak it that way, you go a little bit faster around that corner, and so on and so on. And it's a fantastic dynamic that they've got. And Jonathan Wheatley was basically stood in the background going, go on, lads, you keep doing this, because this is how you're going to get on the podium. This is how you're going to get points for Audi. Again, Audi are technically a new team, but not technically a new team, because they've taken over Kick Sauber. They've already had the factory. They've got all of the boots on the ground, blah, 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 blah. But it's still a new team, and we said in some of our early podcasts about how we're excited to see what Audi do because they've got Jonathan Wheatley. And now they haven't. So, yeah.
No, absolutely. So,
oh, crap.
It's not a confirmation of anything.
Okay.
It's an interesting aside
Okay.
on SideQuests.
Okay.
GP reportedly rejected Aston Martin's offer for him to be team principal. GP.
Oh.
As in, Giamperio. I can't say his surname. How do you say his surname?
No, he's GP.
But he's GP. There's a reason we say GP is because no one can pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Max's engineer GP, head of racing for Red Bull GP, apparently was offered the Aston Martin principal role, and he said no.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. So, as of right this moment, we have Aston Martin on the grid without a team principal.
Technically.
Jonathan Wheatley, technically.
On gardening leave.
Yes. And Binotto back on top.
Ugh.
None of that's good.
No.
None of that's good.
No.
Other than Adrian Newey going and trying to make the car not kill his drivers. None of that's positive.
No.
We're only 2 races in.
We're only 2 races in.
Is that exactly what you were going to say? We're 2 races in.
We're 2 races into the 26th season. We've already had 2 races cancelled because of the bloody conflict over in the Middle East, which, by the way, if I sound flippant, I'm not, because my brother lives in Qatar, so it's something that's very close to home. But we've now got even more drama on the grid because people are stepping down and possibly swapping, but who knows what, because we don't know, because nothing's been confirmed. And Lawrence Stroll's just gone, we don't need a team principal, really, do we? I mean,
I'm actually stunned. I'm actually so just a full transparency, before we 5 minutes before we started recording this broadcast, I was under the illusion that it was confirmed that Jonathan Wheatley was going to Aston Martin. You had to tell me, no, it's not confirmed.
No.
And I had to go and read all the statements again. I can't believe, but are they seriously, I firmly believe he's going there. I firmly believe we're going to wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to have been announced.
I hope so.
But what if it's not?
What if it's not?
How can we lose Jonathan Wheatley from the sport?
Yeah.
And what's weird, a weird part of it to me, is he would have been thinking about this for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Obviously. Why did he start the season? If he was going to go, and why did you start the season if he was going to go so early? I could understand if it was sort of a, you know what, I'm going to get to summer break, I'm going to see the team through to summer break, and then I'm going to step back. And they would have made an announcement about it now, say, and we all would have known that that's what it was building up to. But why start the season if you're going to go after 2 races? Yeah. Why not even start or go longer? It's a weird thing, but maybe it is that something significant has happened in his family, that it has to be an immediate, when GP missed the races last season, and we knew that, without knowing what it was, we knew it was going to be something pretty heavy and pretty significant. And as it turned out, his wife has cancer, and that's fucking awful. So I wonder if it's the immediacy is that, but on the same day as there is
a announcement that Adrian Newey is stepping back from his not team principal role at Aston Martin because Aston Martin do something different all the time. That I'm never going to get over.
No,
Sorry.
it's not. And no, it's not. And if it is a coincidence, then the universe is weirder than I thought it was.
Well, the universe has allowed us to make a podcast.
The lights flickered. At the precise moment that Kelly said that, the lights flickered. The universe is telling us to stop making a podcast.
Bugger off, universe. We're having way too much fun.
So, who knows what will be announced in the future? How much do you want to bet we'll hit go on posting this and they'll fucking announce who's going to be the next team principal for Aston, and it's going to be Lance Stroll. Sorry.
I've seen worse.
We have seen worse. On that, Lance Stroll was quoted as saying, when was this? Yesterday. Unless they can find some magic in the next 10 days, pray for me.
Oh, Lance.
It's so I think, as we said, the only positive coming out of this is that Adrian Newey is going back to a purely technical role.
Yeah.
And that is highly necessary given the state of that car.
Yeah.
The question is, do we think even putting the best mind in Formula One on it is going to work?
Do I think it's going to work? Well, I think he has a very good chance of fixing it all, as long as Honda pull their fingers out their arses and do something with the fucking engine. Because it is all the engine at the moment. And anything that Adrian Newey does is just, basically, he's just looking at ways to counteract the effects of the engine. Whereas if Honda actually do something, and apparently there are a lot of talks at the moment with the factory to see what they can do with the engine. So if they change the engine, then I can't see there being much for Adrian to do in changing the car, because the car's actually pretty decent. It's just the engine.
Is it though? Do we know that? We don't know that.
No, that's very true, actually.
We don't know that.
Because of the engine.
It could, yeah, because of the engine, exactly. So it could be that the engine is masking a wealth of other issues, and actually they, to brand protect, they are saying it's all Honda, it's all the engine. Genuinely, that is a thought I have just had on the fly. Like, I hadn't considered that before.
Yeah.
But as I was listening to you say, what more does Adrian need to do if the engine's sorted? I wonder if actually Aston Martin have not made a good 2026 regulation car. And the engine is a very, very key part of it. But what is it masking? And do they know what it's masking? Do they have a massive fear that they're going to sort out the engine and Alonso's still going to get out of the car and go, shit?
I mean, he probably would.
He probably would anyway. But, so I take your point.
Yeah.
But I wonder if actually that car is more screwed than we think it is. In a wider place.
So then that leads me to think, is this Adrian Newey going, I can't do team principal and sort the car out? Or is this coming from up above going, you need to sort the car out? Oh, we're on conspiracy theories now.
This is interesting. No, it is. No, but it's exactly the same as Horner being pushed, right?
Very true. Very true.
Was it because the car was shit, they got within inches of losing Max Verstappen and went, Horner, you need to go because the car's shit? Or was it, Max, you stay if Horner goes?
Yeah.
We had that whole conspiracy conversation. Obviously not on the podcast because we weren't doing the podcast at that point.
Yeah.
But we had that whole conspiracy conversation in the middle of last year.
Yeah.
The end of last year. So it's a chicken and egg situation. Is him being team principal meant that the car isn't as good and therefore he stepped back? Or is the car not being good forced him to step back from being team principal? Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, and we will be talking about this probably all season long.
Yes, but this is I would say, a fairly landmark moment.
Yes, definitely.
I think it's a real crossroads for Aston Martin, and it could be a real crossroads for Audi as well.
Yeah.
But for Aston Martin, it could be a potentially positive crossroad, and for Audi, I have a very big fear it's going to be a potentially negative crossroad. But that could be my complete bias against Binotto.
It could be. It might be that, you know, Binotto comes in and is still a bit of an arsewipe and tries to force an environment which isn't going to work for Nico and Gabi or the team or the engineers or the garage or anybody. And hopefully, I mean, this is what I would like, they turn around and go, no, we're still going to do it this way. You know, nicely, respectfully, sit him down and go, yeah, no, this is how we do it. This is how you're going to come in and do it for us. At least I hope and pray that's what they're going to do. But yeah. You got anything more to say?
No, I was just desperately trying to see whether there had been an update. I would just love to wrap this up with a final update of, oh no, he is going to Aston Martin. I put it this way, and you can put this in here. I don't want to go to bed thinking that Jonathan Wheatley isn't in F1 anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I think by now our listeners have realised that we do have a bias, that we do have our favourites within the sport of F1. We have our not favourites as well. But Jonathan Wheatley is definitely one of our favourites. He is such a lovely person. He has a fantastic outlook on racing, on how to look after people, and, you know, it's because he was an engineer himself. He started right at the bottom, he's worked his way up. He knows...
Didn't he work with Sebastian Vettel very closely?
He did, yeah.
Just interesting. This is all over the place.
Oh, lovely.
Just an interesting. No, the podcast is all over.
All
the
right,
place.
okay. Sorry.
Third management restructure for Audi in less than 2 years.
Ouch.
Yes. Well, my final thought is I don't want to go to bed thinking Jonathan Wheatley isn't in F1 anymore. So
that's fine. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you very much for listening. It's been a manic 24 hours, and I don't think that is going to slow down anytime soon. So by the time we get to Suzuka next weekend...
Oh, by the time we get to Suzuka next weekend, Christian Horner is going to be managing Audi.
Oh God, no. Oh no. No. Oh.
Toto Wolff's going to have sold Mercedes and moved to Aston Martin.
No.
And that's not a bad idea, actually. And Lewis is going to own F1 and have won another Oscar. Did you see?
I did, yeah. I did, yeah.
The post that was like, who else in the entire world can say that they got their first podium with Ferrari and won an Oscar in the same weekend?
On the same day.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
so thank you very much for listening. This has been Formula SideQuest, your mostly on-topic Formula 1 podcast. I think this episode really does show how off-topic we go. Thank you very much for listening. I have been Kelly.
And I have been Shannon, I think.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not too sure either. What we've learned from this is that I cannot record a podcast at the end of a working day.
No, that's very true. We will not do this again.
No.
Well,
we might have to.
We might have to. It might be another emergency one in 48 hours. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. Bye.
Bye.